Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses.
Oh, cool.
We've got this in-depth review from B-Bomb,
Yeah.
and honestly, it's pretty wild all the things these glasses can do.
I was reading that too. It's pretty
So
amazing.
we're going to break it all down for you guys today, all the cool features, anything weird or unexpected, and ultimately we'll see if these glasses are actually worth the hype.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. I mean, there's been so much buzz around these, but does the reality actually live up to it?
Right. Well, one thing that struck me right away is that the reviewer actually wore these glasses for days.
Oh, wow.
Like really integrated them into their daily life. So it wasn't just like a quick test in the lab.
That makes a big difference, right? You get a much better feel for what it's actually like to use something day in and day out.
Exactly. And they were testing out the new transparent Wayfarer style.
Okay, those are the ones I've been seeing in the ads.
Yeah, those are the ones. And they look really good, I have to say.
So they look good, but were they comfortable? That's always my concern with glasses, especially if you're wearing them all day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And the reviewer was actually surprised by how light and comfortable they were.
Really?
Yeah, even after wearing them for hours on end.
Yeah.
Apparently they felt really natural.
Okay, that's a good sign. Because, I mean, no matter how cool the features are, if they're not comfortable, you're not going to wear them.
Exactly. And that's super important with any kind of wearable tech.
Like, you don't want to be constantly adjusting them or worrying about them falling off.
Nope. And these glasses also have those smooth transition lenses.
Oh, right. The ones that adapt to different lighting conditions.
Yep, exactly.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, all right, you get these futuristic glasses, you unbox them, then what?
Well, the setup process sounds super easy.
That's good, because nobody wants to spend hours figuring out how to use their new gadgets.
I know, right? So you just use the MetaView app, which is available on Android and iOS,
Okay, that's convenient.
and you're basically ready to go.
No complicated pairing process.
Nope, the reviewer even commented on how simple and intuitive it was.
See, that's what I like to hear. Technology should make our lives easier, not more complicated.
Absolutely. And the controls are super minimalist too.
Oh, tell me more about that.
So there's just one button on the glasses and a touch-sensitive panel.
Interesting.
Yeah, and apparently the gesture controls are really handy, like swiping to skip a song or tapping to pause.
Oh, wow. So you can control your music without even taking your phone out of your pocket.
Exactly. Imagine you're out for a run. You don't even have to break your stride.
That is pretty cool. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie.
I know, right?
Oh,
And it's all controlled with just a few simple gestures.
I'm really liking what I'm hearing so far.
Oh, and speaking of music,
Yeah?
you're not going to believe this, but the sound quality on these things
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
Really? From those tiny little speakers in the arms of the glasses?
I know, it's crazy, right?
I'm skeptical, but I'm willing to be impressed.
Well, the reviewer was completely blown away by how good the sound was.
Okay, what did they say specifically?
They mentioned how much bass there was
Okay, that's important.
and how clear the mids and highs were.
So it's not just like teeny little sound coming out of them?
No, not at all. It's like having your own personal concert right there in your head.
Wow, all right. You've got my attention now.
There is one tiny downside, though.
Oh, there's always a catch, isn't there?
Well, at higher volumes, there is a bit of audio leakage.
Oh, so people around you can hear what you're listening to.
Yeah, a little bit. So maybe not the best choice for a quiet library or something.
Right, I can see that.
But they did say that if you keep the volume at or below 50%, it's pretty minimal.
Okay, that's good to know. So you can still enjoy your music without blasting everyone around you.
Exactly.
All right, so we've covered the look, the feel, the sound. But what about the brains of these glasses?
Ah, yes, now we're getting to the really interesting stuff. Meta AI.
Okay, let's dive into that.
And it's not just a simple voice assistant like we're used to.
So it's more than just asking it to set a timer or play a song.
Way more. It's like a whole suite of features that can really enhance your daily life.
Give me an example.
Well, the reviewer was reading a book in Spanish,
Okay,
came across a word they didn't know,
happens to the best of us.
and they used Meta AI to translate the entire page in seconds.
No way! That's incredible.
I know, right? It's like having a personal translator right there with you.
That's a game changer for anyone who travels or reads in other languages.
Absolutely. And it doesn't stop there.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. There's this new reminders feature that sounds super handy.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So imagine you're walking down the street
Uh-huh.
and you suddenly remember you need to pick up milk on your way home.
Yeah, I've been there.
Well, you just tell your glasses, hey, Meta, remind me to buy milk later.
And it actually does it.
Yep. Just like that, you've got a digital reminder.
No need to pull out your phone and interrupt what you're doing.
Exactly. It's all about simplifying our lives.
I love that. Freeing up our mental space for more important things.
Right. And the best part is, Meta is constantly updating and adding new features.
So these glasses are just going to get smarter and more helpful over time.
Exactly. It's like having a tiny little AI companion right there on your face.
Okay, that's kind of freaky, but also really cool.
Haha, I know, right? It's definitely a glimpse into the future.
Speaking of the future, how about music streaming? Can you control that from the glasses too?
You bet you can.
Yeah.
The reviewer was jamming out to their favorite playlists on both Amazon Music and Spotify.
Nice. So all the big players are supported?
Yep. But there is a little quirk they discovered.
Oh, what's that?
You can only request specific songs using voice commands with Amazon Music.
Huh. So Spotify is more for just general playlist control.
For now, yeah. I guess it depends on the partnerships and integrations they have in place.
I see. It'll be interesting to see how that evolves in the future.
Totally. And you know what else is really cool?
What's that?
You can actually use these glasses as a hands-free headset for calls.
Oh, wow. So no more holding your phone awkwardly at arm's length.
Exactly. The reviewer said their colleagues were even impressed with the microphone quality.
Really? Better than a regular phone call.
They actually compared it favorably to the AirPods Pro 2nd Gen.
Wow, that's saying something. So you can walk around freely, hands-free, and still have crystal clear conversations.
It's like something out of a spy movie.
Seriously. But what about in noisy environments, like a crowded coffee shop or something?
Ah, good question. The reviewer did mention that because of the open-ear design, it can be a bit tough to hear the other person clearly if there's a lot of background noise.
Right, that makes sense. You're not completely isolated from the world around you.
Yep, it's a trade-off. But it does mean you have better situational awareness.
True, true. Okay, so we've talked about audio quality for music and calls, but what about the camera? Can you take photos and videos with these things?
Oh, absolutely, and it's incredibly easy.
Tell me more.
You can snap photos and record videos using simple voice commands.
So you don't even have to touch the glasses.
Nope, it's like having a personal photographer and videographer built right in.
That's amazing. Imagine all the possibilities for capturing those special moments.
And it gets even better. You can post those photos and videos directly to Instagram and Facebook.
Wait, all from the glasses?
Yep, no need to transfer files or anything.
So you can literally just snap a photo and share it instantly?
Exactly. It's so seamless.
And how's the camera quality?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a 12MP ultra-wide lens that captures super clear and detailed images and videos.
Okay, that's impressive.
The reviewer even raved about how stable the video recording is.
Oh, that's good to know. So it's perfect for vlogging or those cool first-person perspective shots.
You got it. And here's a funny little anecdote.
Oh, I love anecdotes. Lay it on me.
The left arm of the glasses actually doubles as a flash for the camera.
Haha, what? Seriously?
Yep. The reviewer said it's gotten some pretty interesting reactions from people.
I can imagine. Some people probably think you're from the future.
Right. It's like wearing a piece of science fiction.
Okay, we've covered a lot here, but let's talk about the elephant in the room.
You mean?
Battery life. How long do these things actually last on a single charge?
That's the big question, right?
It is. Because if you have to charge them every couple of hours, it kind of defeats the purpose of having this awesome wearable tech.
Yeah, totally. Well, the reviewer found that with average use, a mix of music, calls, photos, and some AI features, the battery lasts about 6.5 hours.
That's not bad.
Not amazing, but not bad.
Definitely not all-day battery life, though.
Right. The reviewer did mention that their battery died by mid-afternoon on one occasion.
So it's something to keep in mind if you're planning on being out and about all day.
For sure.
But on the plus side, they charge it pretty fast, right?
Oh, yeah. Super fast. We're talking 45 to 50 minutes for a full charge.
That's not bad at all. You can easily top them up during lunch break or something.
Exactly. And the charging case that comes with them is pretty slick, too.
What's so special about it?
It provides around 7 full charges.
Wow, so you're good to go for a few days without having to hunt for an outlet.
You got it. And now for the other big question.
The price tag.
You know it. These glasses don't come cheap.
That's what I figured.
The standard version will set you back $329.
Okay, that's a chunk of change.
And if you want those fancy transparent lenses...
Yeah, the ones the reviewer was testing out.
Yep, those ones. It'll cost you $429.
So we're talking high-end smartphone territory here.
Pretty much.
That raises the question of accessibility.
Definitely.
Like, is this technology only for early adopters and tech enthusiasts who are willing to pay a premium?
It's a good point. And it'll be interesting to see if the price comes down as the technology becomes more mainstream.
I think that's inevitable. But for now, it's definitely a luxury item.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, but what's the overall verdict?
Well, the reviewer absolutely loved these glasses. They called them the coolest and most convenient wearables they've ever used.
Wow, high praise indeed. What did they specifically like about them?
They especially highlighted that futuristic feel.
I can see that. It's like you're wearing a gadget from the future.
Exactly. And it's not just about the aesthetics, it's about the functionality too.
Right, they're not just a fashion statement. They actually do a lot of cool stuff.
Exactly. Okay, but let's zoom out for a second.
Okay, I'm following.
What does this all mean for the average person? Are the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses the future of wearable tech?
It's a good question. And I think they offer a compelling vision of what that future could look like.
In what way?
Well, the seamless integration of AI into everyday activities is really exciting.
Yeah, it's not just about making calls or listening to music anymore.
It's about augmenting our abilities, whether it's translating languages on the fly, managing our tasks, or even just having a handy digital assistant right there in our glasses.
It's wild to think about.
It really is. And as AI technology continues to advance, the possibilities become almost limitless.
Like, what kind of possibilities are we talking about?
Well, imagine these glasses evolving to provide real-time information about your surroundings.
Oh, wow.
Helping you navigate unfamiliar cities, or even offering personalized coaching and guidance in real time.
That would be amazing.
It would be revolutionary.
It sounds like we're not just talking about a cool gadget here.
Not at all. We're talking about a potential paradigm shift in how we live, work, and interact with the world around us.
And it's all happening right before our eyes.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting, isn't it?
Definitely. There's so many possibilities, but also a lot of potential challenges.
For sure. Like, how will this impact our privacy, our social interactions, our sense of self?
These are all important goals that we need to consider.
Absolutely. But one thing's for sure, wearable tech like the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses is pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And that's pretty exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? Are you ready for this future?
I'm not sure, honestly. It's a lot to take in.
It is. But it's important to start thinking about these things now so we can shape the future we want.
I agree. Thanks for bringing up these important points.
You're welcome. It's a conversation we need to be having.
Absolutely. And thanks for taking this deep dive with us, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Until next time, keep exploring.
And stay curious.
Pretty amazing, right? All this cutting-edge tech packed into a pair of stylish glasses.
It really is. It makes you wonder what they'll come up with next.
And that brings us to another key question.
Okay, shoot.
Battery life. How long can you actually use these glasses before they need a recharge?
Yeah, that's always the big concern with these kinds of devices, right?
Yeah, absolutely, especially if you're relying on them for things like navigation or communication.
You don't want to be caught in the middle of nowhere with a dead battery.
Exactly. So the reviewer found that with average use, a mix of music, calls, photos, and some AI features,
Right.
the battery lasts about 6.5 hours.
That's not bad, but it's not great either.
It's definitely not all-day battery life.
Nope. You'd probably need to top them at some point if you were using them heavily.
Yeah, the reviewer did mention that their battery died by mid-afternoon on one occasion.
So it's something to keep in mind.
But on the bright side, they charge up super fast,
Oh, that's good to know.
like ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
We're talking 45 to 50 minutes for a full charge.
That's impressive. You could easily juice them up during a lunch break or something.
Exactly. And the charging case that comes with them is pretty slick, too.
Oh, yeah. What's so special about it?
Well, it provides around 7 full charges.
Wow. So you're good to go for a few days without having to hunt for an outlet?
You got it. But now for the other big question,
Hit me with it.
the price tag.
Yeah, let's talk money.
These glasses don't come cheap.
That's what I figured. All this cutting-edge tech has got to come at a premium, right?
You know it. The standard version will set you back $329.
Okay, that's a decent chunk of change.
And if you want those fancy transparent lenses,
The ones the reviewer was testing out.
yep, those ones, it'll cost you $429.
So we're talking high-end smartphone territory here.
Pretty much.
That makes you think about who these glasses are really for, right?
Definitely. It raises the question of accessibility.
Like, is this technology only for early adopters and tech enthusiasts who are willing to pay a premium?
That's a good point. And it'll be interesting to see if the price comes down as the technology becomes more mainstream.
I think that's inevitable. But for now, it's definitely a luxury item.
Yeah, for sure. So we've covered a lot of ground here, but what's the overall verdict?
Spill the tea. Are these glasses worth the hype?
Well, the reviewer absolutely loved them.
Really? They were that impressed?
They called them the coolest and most convenient wearables they've ever used.
Wow, that's high praise. What did they specifically love about them?
They particularly highlighted that futuristic feel.
Yeah, I can see that. It's like you're walking around with a piece of the future on your face.
Exactly. And it's not just about the looks, it's about the functionality too.
Right, they're not just a fashion statement. They can actually do some pretty amazing things.
All right, so let's zoom out for a second.
Okay, I'm following.
What does this all mean for the average person? Are the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses the future of wearable tech?
It's a big question, and I don't think there's a simple answer.
Fair enough.
But I do think they offer a really compelling vision of what that future could look like.
What makes you say that?
Well, the seamless integration of AI into everyday activities is something I find really exciting.
Yeah, it's not just about making calls or listening to music anymore, right?
Exactly. It's about augmenting our abilities, whether it's translating languages on the fly, managing our tasks, or even just having a handy digital assistant right there in our glasses.
It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really is. And as AI technology continues to advance, the possibilities are pretty much endless.
Like, what kind of possibilities are we talking about?
Well, imagine these glasses evolving to provide real-time information about your surroundings,
Okay, that's cool.
helping you navigate unfamiliar cities, or even offering personalized coaching and guidance in real time.
Wow, that would be amazing.
It would completely change the way we experience the world.
So it sounds like we're not just talking about a cool gadget here.
Not at all. We're talking about a potential paradigm shift in how we live, work, and interact with the world around us.
It's a lot to take in.
It is. And with any major technological advancement, there are always important questions to consider.
Like what?
Well, how will this impact our privacy, our social interactions, our sense of self?
Those are big questions.
They are, but they're questions we need to be thinking about now as this technology becomes more prevalent.
I agree. We need to be mindful of the potential downsides as well as the benefits.
Absolutely. We don't want to get so caught up in the excitement of new technology that we forget about the potential consequences.
Very true. So where do we go from here?
Well, I think it's important to keep an open mind and stay informed about the latest developments in wearable tech.
I agree. And to have conversations like this where we can explore the potential benefits and challenges of these new technologies.
Exactly. Because ultimately, the future of technology is up to us to shape.
Well said. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about how fast technology is advancing.
It really is. It seems like every day there's something new and groundbreaking on the horizon.
And it's not just about the technology itself, it's about how it changes the way we live our lives.
Absolutely. Like, think about how smartphones have transformed the way we communicate, work, and even think.
It's true. We're constantly connected, for better or for worse.
Right, and wearable tech like these Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses takes that connectivity to a whole new level.
It's like having a computer on your face, but in a stylish and discreet way.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so fascinating. It's not just about functionality, it's about fashion and self-expression too.
So it's not just geeky tech anymore, it's becoming mainstream.
I think so. And that's why it's so important to have conversations like this, where we can explore the potential benefits and challenges of these new technologies.
Absolutely. We need to be mindful of the potential downsides, as well as the excitement of all the cool new features.
Right, like we were talking about earlier, privacy is a big concern.
Definitely. And the impact on social interactions, how it changes the way we communicate with each other.
And even our sense of self, how we perceive ourselves in this increasingly digital world.
It's a lot to think about.
It is, but it's important to have these conversations now before these technologies become even more ubiquitous.
I agree. We need to be proactive in shaping the future we want, rather than just reacting to whatever new gadgets come along.
Well said. And I think that's a good place to wrap up our deep dive for today.
Yeah, I think we've covered a lot of ground.
We've explored the amazing features of the Ray-Ban Meta Smart glasses.
We've talked about the potential impact on our lives and society as a whole.
And we've raised some important questions that we all need to be thinking about.
So what's the final takeaway? Are these glasses worth the hype?
I think that's for each individual to decide. But one thing's for sure. They offer a glimpse into a very exciting and potentially transformative future.
A future where technology is seamlessly integrated into our lives.
And where the boundaries between the physical and digital worlds continue to blur.
It's a future full of possibilities, but also one that requires us to be mindful and responsible.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for having me on the show today. It's been a great conversation.
It's been a pleasure having you, and thanks to all of you for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time. keep exploring.
And stay curious.